Creative Katie here. Welcome to my version of Index Card a Day, Create Every Day Challenge. The prompt I'm following is from week 1, Peppermint, and the technique is layering a stencil.
Hi everybody. So I'm getting ready to do another Create Daily index card or ICAD. And as I've said previously, I'm going to do the prompts if they speak to me. And if I can't, if it's not a prompt that I'm getting anything for, I'm going to be quite happy to substitute my own. For the most part, I'm going to do follow the themes that I'm using in my quote journal. So it'll be either one or the other, or it's sometimes a combination of the two, because sometimes I can make that work. So also with the prompts, I'm not following them in the order that she gives them. I'm going to check off the ones that I have done and kind of put a list that way. I might come back in week 5, I might come back and say, oh, I have one for mailbox now. And, so I'm kind of open-ended that way. And that just frees up my creativity. Sometimes you just hit a blank wall and it doesn't go anywhere. And then you get an idea. So today I'm actually going to use the prompt number 2 from day 2, which was peppermint. So when you Google or do Pinterest, you get these peppermint candies. So what I'm doing for my card, I'm going to use that as a design feature. And I'm going to use this retro burst stencil, which as you can see, has basically that design. Kind of thought about doing the red and white like a peppermint candy. I could have picked that color scheme. It doesn't have to be the entirety of the prompt. You can, be flexible with that. But I think I'm going to use this as a design feature, and I'm going to combine it with my BU quote journal. So this one is actually on the back of a previous quote journal. This is my happy planner, a page from my happy planner that I've gessoed or I've put a gel print. And this one I actually did a gel print, but it was kind of a color that I wasn't too happy with, and so I just did a coat of gesso over top of it. So now today we're going to do some stenciling with this retro burst stencil. This is one of my favorites. I have it in small and the large, but the small scale works better for this. So I'm going to grab some colors, come back, and we are going to do some stenciling and basically create the background using the motif of the peppermint.
So after thinking about the colors, I've chosen a dark blue and a light blue, a dark purple and a light purple. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of them or that you're going to tell. And I'm going to apply the paint with these makeup sponges, and I'm just showing you that I clean them with Murphy's oil soap, and you can get many uses out of them when you do that. I'm just putting the colors down on the glass media mat. Links to the stencil, the media mat, and other products that I've used can be found in the description box below. The Amazon links. I do get a small commission, and I thank you for shopping through my links. Anything you buy after you go through my door, I get a commission on. So don't feel like you have to just buy the craft items or things that I've linked. So I'm just filling the entire page with this motif. And I'm going to do it again and again with different colors layering. And that By the time I'm done, the entire background will be colored. So just so I don't smear the paint, I'm drying it in between. Now you can still see some of that gel print underneath it, but by the time we're done, that just gets really knocked into the background. So I just positioned the stencil this time in a different place than what the first time was. And as you can see, you get this effect of layering the stencil on top. And I like using a light and a dark color of the paint just because I find that it just adds more interest. You get some darker areas and some lighter. It just isn't as one tone. Now, not all stencils work that you can just kind of match them up to continue them. But you know what? If you do the best you can, by the time you stencil it, very little will be noticed if you're off. I'm just kind of bumping the stencil a little bit more and coming in with a third layer of paint. Looking now, I think I would have been happier with it if I had left it after two. This third layer just seemed to maybe be a little too much, made it very busy. And I'm just edging it. I've got the makeup sponge is already covered with paint and the paint is there, so I'm going to edge it right now. So the quote I was looking at, here's little encouragement, and we all need encouragement now and then, and different things, a play on words off the mint. But then I decided to go with my BU. And it says, there will always be someone who underestimates you. Don't let it be you. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to use my Julie Nutting doll. And I have these dolls that have been stamped out on dictionary papers and then dressed with gel prints, just waiting in my stash. So I decide, I'm going to use this girl. But her dress, while it has the exact colors, she wasn't standing out enough. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the dark purple and paint over that gel print dress that was there, and this way she's going to stand out a little bit more from the background. And I needed to do that, I think, because the background was so busy. So I do one layer and then I need another layer just to get a nice even coverage. If you don't have the Julie Nutting stamps, you can use a magazine picture of a girl. I'm not sure what I was saying there. I'm trying to see how I'm going to fit the sentiment in there. I'm going to cut it out. So when I get the sentiments, they're in their rectangular shapes, I cut them out like that, and then I can use it in the form, and keep it all in the rectangle, or cut it apart like I'm doing here. So now that I have the basic orientation and composition, I'm just going to glue the sentiment down and the Julie Nutting doll as well. If you're just finding out about the Index Card a Day challenge, you can go to Daisy Yellow's site to get the prompts. This is her challenge. And while I've taken some liberties and I'm going to further encourage you to create daily, it is her challenge. And she's done it for numerous years. This is my 4th year following the challenge. I find it gives me a lot of opportunity to get creative and to recharge the creative bubbles. But, I make it my own by setting up rules that are going to help me be more successful in doing it. Like, I don't have to do all the prompts. And if I get behind, I get behind. Not all um, cards are going to be in videos. If you want to be sure not to miss out on any of my creations, then go to my Instagram account at Creative Katie, and I will post the pages that I don't do videos on will be on there. If you're just seeing this and you're going, oh, but I missed it, I didn't start. You know what? Start now. There's nothing saying you have to do the full 61 days, that you have to do them in order or anything. Last year I chose to do half. So I committed my time and energy to doing 30 of the 61 ICADs. This year I'm going to leave that open. I'm thinking I'm going to get to 61, but we'll see. I'm going to do it either in my Happy Planner page like you see here, or I will do it on 4x4 cardboard coasters that I can turn into fridge magnets if I have a particular idea that I think will work for that. So just doing a little bit of shading on the dress, again, to add some detail. Yeah. There will always be someone who can't see your worth. Don't let it be you. It's kind of playing on, you're worth a mint. I'm just shading underneath. You can just see what a difference that little bit of shading does to make the sentiment stand out a little bit more. If you have a prompt suggestion or a suggestion for a technique that you would like to see me incorporate into one of these, leave that in the comment section below. I do answer every single comment. Here I'm using the fine line bottle. Again, just to make the sentiment stand out a little bit more. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying as I create this, following the prompts or doing my own prompts. I hope you join in, even if you can only join in for a couple weeks. Then I want to show you how easy it is to clean the glass media mat. I spray it with the Murphy's oil soap and dish detergent, and then I just scrape it off. It's easy peasy. I love this glass media mat. Thanks for watching.